All right, today we're going to be looking at another feature in V4, in Elementor V4, and that is interactions, because we have not done anything like that. And from my tests, I'm honestly not impressed. I'm really curious what's coming. And I'm curious when the replacement for motion effects will come, because we are missing that. So let's see what we can do right now with the interactions, and we're gonna keep updating this topic as they update Elementor V4. So let's get into it. All right, as you can see on the page, I have two Flexbox containers, and these are just some minimal, layouts, let's say, so we can test the interactions, just to have an idea what we're dealing with. And then we're going to move on to some sort of a better, more elaborate hero section, and you will see that you will know the design, but I replaced all the elements with V4 atomic elements. So let's get into it, okay? As I said, we have a flex box, and in this flex box I have added a heading, okay? So it doesn't matter, the styling doesn't matter. We're gonna just jump in interactions. So this is where you're gonna have access to interactions. And what I will do, let me just remove this. And this is how it's going to look the moment you land here. There's nothing, you can play around with. You simply need to add and create an interaction yourself. So I'm gonna go and create. And as you can see, if I click on this, you will see that we have only two types of triggers. We have the page load and scroll into view. For example, on page load, we only have fade, slice, scale. Maybe because motion effects are not available, I feel like we're super limited in what kind of interactions we can add to the page. Right now in V4, on load and on scroll, yeah, I'm not talking about hover animations, hover micro interactions, let's say, because those are pretty good. Those are really good by now. But this is what we can do here, okay? So on page load, as I said, we have this 3 available. On a page scroll, scroll into view, if I click on it, we have the same. So not much, but what we can do here is actually stack this animation. You can give these effects 2 types of interactions. Obviously, it wouldn't be a scroll into view because we are in view already on page load, and then another one on page load, and we could say slide or scale, more like it. So let's just have a quick look. You can also actually have a preview if you click on this play button here and here as well. You can also change the way it appears, like duration and delay, direction as well, type in and out on both. But let's just see what we have. Okay, I didn't see the whole fade-in scale, but probably it's because the duration and the delay are quite small in terms of duration. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Maybe I am not thinking too creative about this. Maybe there's something more that we could do, but right now I feel like it's okay. Yeah, it's good if you have more elements on the page, and you will see why I did the other hero, where you can have more things happening on the page, 2 different elements. I think that's the idea here. So then let's go to this Flexbox container. Yes, it's pink. So I gave this container itself a fade-in scroll into view animation, and I set the duration to 300 milliseconds and delay 300 milliseconds as well. And then I also added a stack of interactions on the heading. But I'm thinking obviously the on-page load doesn't matter because it's below the hero, yeah, so that's not important. So let's just see what we did. Let me just update. Okay, this is okay, we've seen that. All right, the container didn't really work, yeah. I mean, it has kind of an interaction, but it's not that wow to me. And again, maybe it's something that I'm not doing necessarily well, but my duration here is 1250 milliseconds, which is okay, I think. And the delay, maybe I need a little bit more delay. So if I give it, no, this is on the title. Let me just go to the Flexbox. So on the Flexbox, okay, duration, maybe I have to go high and high. Let's play it. Okay, this doesn't work on preview. Let's just have a look on front end. Okay, That was nice. So again, we have to play as much as possible. And obviously, having just one element on the page doesn't make this amazing. But if we add more, and let me show you. As you remember, this hero section and the video, I had to kind of like make it super minimal. Okay, we don't have the option to work with the video widget. It's only the YouTube atomic element. So if you go to elements, you will see that we only have the YouTube atomic element and not the video as a whole. So the only option here is to add YouTube URLs, and that's it. I think this is pretty limiting, and I hope they come out with a video atomic element, because this is pretty important, and I think it's very versatile, because we have the option to add sources here. Yeah, look at this, and external links and URLs and whatever. So I'm actually also showing you this atomic element as well, the new YouTube atomic element. So yeah, it's very straightforward. Basically, you just add your link here. I didn't add end and time, but because it doesn't matter, I set it to autoplay, mute, and loop, and the rest I don't care about. Then you also have display conditions on this, which is pretty cool, but I didn't want to get too much into it because there was no point. And in terms of styling, I went to margin top 300 because I wanted to have more space here, because this is below the view, so I wanted to have some like a scroll into view interaction effect on it. And then I set the size to 100% width, and that is pretty much it. And I am showing you this because, again, we have to go through all these different settings in the V4 version of Elementor to get used to where things are. And I think this is going to make our lives easier once we get used to them. Okay, let's just go one by one. So I did not change these containers. I've left these containers are from V3. I only added elements from V4 inside. And as you can see, I have a heading here, another heading, and another paragraph. These are all atomic elements. So let's go to the first heading. I'm not going to go into styling and other general settings. We are focusing on the interaction. And I set the interaction on page load because it's a hero section, so it makes sense. And I said page load, fade in, and then the direction from top. This comes like this. And then duration 1000 milliseconds and delay 300 milliseconds. This is basically, these two are very much dependent on how you want your interaction to look like. So if I play it, it's quite smooth and it's very nice. You know, it's very, I would say, very basic GSAP. We used to do like many years ago by now. And then I have the same fade effect, same duration delay, but this time our direction is from the bottom. So it comes like this. They just like in kind of like come together. And then I have the paragraph with a fade in page load with the direction from the right. So basically it comes from the made to leave heading. And then we have the duration and the delay as you see it on screen. Not too crazy, nothing too exciting. This is all we have to work with, right? At this point. And let's see what we have on the YouTube atomic element. In terms of interactions here, we have scroll into view, because we are scrolling the page and we want to see the thing coming up. And I think we have to increase the delay here because it's a little bit too choppy, as I've seen. Let's see, I think the fade in is more interesting, like we had it on the first example. So let's see what happens. Okay, pretty cool. And this is, okay, the delay is a little bit too much, but if we don't, I don't know, it's just something that I'm still not convinced in terms of slide. I don't find it very cool. I think the fade in is an all-arounder. It works and behaves really well. So again, and we're scrolling, and this is actually pretty nice. Yeah, and this is the previous video where I was showing you the micro interactions. So I think it's okay, nothing too crazy, but we had to cover this topic, because it's something that it needs to be discussed. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And yes, I am hoping that soon we will have access to whatever they will call the motion effects, because I need to do the container stacking as an effect. I need to see how that will work in V4. And at the moment, I can't. There's no way to do that because we don't have the stick to, the sticky elements. We don't have access to those unless we have, and I have no clue where they are. So let me know in the comments below what you think, but be positive about it. So we're discussing how things are with a positive attitude. Is it like to see what else you can build with Elementor? Watch this video here or here. And if you have gotten any value out of this video, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.